So just a little update. I'm actually up on the roof here in my condo. I just finished my workout, but a couple of facts just to share with you, and then a couple considerations. This is serious, so you might want to just hear me out here. But you know, my agenda is not to ruin your engagement. That's not at all the case at all. In fact, really what I'm trying to do in my last video and in some of the efforts I'm making here is just have a relationship with Ian. That's it. Okay, the rest of it is way beyond that. Right now, I'm trying to have a relationship with my son. So let me be clear, I'm not trying to ruin your engagement or sabotage your marriage. Okay, with that said, next thing, I'm making a lot of effort here, a huge amount of effort. I don't know many fathers who do this kind of effort. In fact, I don't know many fathers who did the effort I did when you were a child. And so, you're gonna have to find a way to try to focus on the positive and not so much try to dig for something that's negative. I'm asking you to do that because in the end, this is gonna hurt you. Okay, I mean, I'm in the last quarter of my life. You're, beginning your life. And I'm going to tell you right now, if something happens to me while this remains in this state, unresolved, it will forever haunt you in your emotions. I know for a fact what I'm saying there. I mean, it's not, I factually know that. And any counselor would tell you the same thing. But anyway, with that said, you really got to consider that and just try to ask yourself, are you doing the best that you can do here? And are you doing the right thing by just ignoring it? I mean, I'm not going to point fingers, but I would ask, if I were you, I would ask, gee, do I have issues with being conflict adverse? I would ask myself that. And then if I thought maybe I had some conflict adverse issues, I might want to work on that. Anyway, okay. So some things that, I don't know the answer to this, but I'm wondering about this. What is the real reason, not what you say, what is the real reason why you're just not talking to me? Just tell me the reason. I'm a big boy. I can handle that. But this no communication thing is not healthy for you or me, for sure. And it's definitely got ramifications of damage, long-term wise. But just give me the real reason why you're choosing not to have communication with me. So, are you making this decision to not communicate with me all by yourself? And I'm not saying you are, but I don't really know. So I'm just left to make guesses, and that's not good either. But, that's just a question. I actually don't know the answer to that. And then are you thinking, and I don't know, that, I'll ignore my dad until after I get married and I'll contact him after I get married? Are you thinking like that somehow that might actually be easier later? I would not say that is true. The longer this goes on, the harder it is to reconnect and the more damage that's being done. Are you thinking about that? Or are you even thinking about that at all? Or does this affect you at all? Sometimes all the time actually, I scratch my head and wonder what's going on. In a way, it feels like my son has been brainwashed or something. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm just left here dangling in the wind. I don't really know what's going on because you're not communicating. I don't really know what's going on anymore, and so I'm just guessing. But I've even started to wonder, are you making a decision to permanently cancel your father? And really, I don't know anyone else who's ever done anything like that, ever. And I certainly don't know of anyone who was the father that I was that had anything like what we're going through. And the no communication thing is not going to make it disappear or go away. So I'm just wondering, what are you thinking? Are you really thinking that, oh, I'll just cancel my father until after I get married, or for permanent, or is there a plan at all? These are just serious considerations. I'm just wondering. Anyway, once again, when I saw you last October, my motive, my mission was just to visit with you. That is the reason why I just didn't want to rock the boat, why I didn't want to be pushed into a meeting with Arturo or any of that stuff. I just wanted a good quality visit with you, because that's hard to get now, right? And it's not getting any easier. And so my motive is not to disturb or shed a negative light on your engagement or getting married. But if you ask me my opinion, I gave that to you, and I explained it in the last video that I supported what you told me you wanted to do, which was live together. And if after a couple of years doing that, you're still feeling great about it, well, good for you. I talked about that in my last video. But, just because I don't just automatically support what Arturo was pushing doesn't mean I should be canceled. And you ought to really think about that, because, you might be in like la la land now, but I'm going to tell you, in 5 or 10 years, if something happens to me and, you canceled your father, you have no idea how it's going to destroy you from the inside out emotionally. So I'm making this video not for my benefit, but for your benefit. No joke. This is a sincere reaching out to you to just sort of say, what are you thinking? And are you going to communicate, or are you just going to hope it just disappears somehow? I'm just trying to understand what you're thinking. And as far as getting married and all of that stuff, if you're thinking that, oh, I got to cancel my dad for a while until I'm married because, he'll cause me to be have anxiety about getting married and maybe I won't go through with it. I don't know if you're thinking like that, but if you have a strong relationship, there's nothing I should be able to do, which I'm not doing, but there's nothing I should be able to do to affect any of that, which I'm not doing, by the way. But I'm just trying to understand what's going on and what will go on in the future. And, again, I hope you watched my other videos. It took a long time to put them together. I'm just trying to communicate with you. Many fathers don't do this, but I'm trying, and I should not be penalized for doing it. And I'm not pointing fingers, but sometimes I'm wondering what's really going on with you. No one else I know is doing any of this. So I'm just trying to ring your bell and just sort of, check in, and, maybe things aren't well with you. I don't know, but I hope to hear from you. I really love you, and I want to have a relationship with you and just connect with you. But no matter what I do on my end, on effort-wise, it doesn't seem to be working. So I'm chiming in to sort of, I'm making another attempt, and I'll keep making them. I'm not going to give up on my son. So they're going to keep coming in different forms. But Ian, come on. I mean, what's going on here?